So I didn't know how to start this video, but I'm gonna start it whichever way just makes sense. So it makes sense just to keep talking. The topic for the day is literally why it's important to curate your friend circle, because the people who are around you most will really dictate who you become, or who you won't become. So me personally, I've had plenty of experiences with people who I've gotten close with, been like really cool with, best friends with, and tried to help grow. And after a period of time, just had to let them go, man. Just had to let them go, and here's why. Because me personally, I have a vision, right? And with my vision, it's to be the best. So I want the people around me to also be the best. With these particular people, then they say they want to be good, be great, and achieve this, achieve that. However, when it comes down to doing whatever it takes to make that thing come to life, they don't do it. They're nowhere to be found. So the effect that has on me, right, is it makes me not want to associate with them, because if I'm going in direction A and you say you want to go in direction A, but you're doing the things that put you in direction B and C, and then you ask for advice, tips, help, and everything, and I happily supply it and give you everything you could possibly need from me being your friend, but then you still come back, hey man, I'm still in this hole, I don't know what to do. Well, I told you what to do, but you're not doing it. So how are you going to be disappointed in not getting results when you literally haven't put in the work to get the results? So there's a quote, I forgot who it was by. Comment down below if you guys know who it is. But the quote is, the results you're looking for or in the work you're avoiding. I think it was Alex Hormozy. It was either Alex Hormozy or Dan Coe who has said that. And it's true, because, for example, I'm going to the gym right now, right? And one of my friends, I'm not going to say any names, but he hasn't been going to the gym. Like, he's been straight up lying about it, saying that he's been going to the same gym as me, right? We signed up together, and this man's been nowhere to be found in the last couple of months, right? So I see him in the gym the other day, and I go, hey man, how you doing? He goes, oh, I'm good, man, I'm good. I go, you been hitting the gym? He goes, yeah, I've been hitting the gym. But then when it comes to every workout that we were talking about, he doesn't remember the last time he did it. So you mean to tell me you've been going to the gym every day, but you don't remember the workouts that you've been doing? It sounds to me like you haven't been going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? So to bring it back, the results you're looking for is in the work that you're not doing, and the results that he's looking for with his weight loss, strength gain, so on and so forth, it's in the work that he's avoiding. It's in him not dieting. It's in him not doing X, Y, and Z. So the reason he's not seeing his result is because he's not doing the work. And I don't mean to be a stickler about it or anything, because I want to see him win. However, the reason that we don't talk to begin with anymore is because he's not doing what it takes. And he's full of excuses. He says X, Y, and Z, and he doesn't make it evident that he really wants to change. So if there's somebody in my life who doesn't really want to change and is like on like the edge of like essentially breaking to become a better person, I don't want to be around you, right? Or unless you're already in that flow of success and you want to just keep seeing success, or you're doing the things because you have the habits of what it takes to be successful. If you don't have those things, or you're not on that journey or on that track already where you're already doing it for yourself, then I can't help you. It's funny because when I was in high school, right, then I was getting terrible grades, freshman, sophomore, and like maybe halfway through junior year, right? And I think it was maybe sophomore year where I was in the dean's office, and they were like, what do you need to, like, what do you need for us to be able to help you? I couldn't tell them, right? But then I forgot who had said it, but they had said, I can only help you when you start to help yourself. And I was like, well, that's messed up. Like, how am I supposed to get help or what I'm saying, know the help that I need if you're not helping me? But in hindsight 2020, then it makes sense. Because while they want to help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves, yeah, it's their job to, you know, set people up on plans and have like accountability partners, so on and so forth, right? But when it comes down to it, if I didn't want it for myself, why would they want it for me? So I was like, hey, you know what? That makes sense. And that didn't click until maybe the beginning of junior year, because I had to go to summer school, and that's embarrassing. So it was either go to summer school and figure that out and pass that, or I'm going to get held back. And I didn't want to get held back, so you best believe I went to summer school and did my best to, you know what I'm saying, pass my classes. And that just lit something inside of me where it was like, I got to start doing this for me. Because if I don't, nobody else will. And then I started to realize how lonely it is by doing the work that's necessary, yes. But however, that's my personal journey. And nobody can do the work for me on my journey. It starts with me. It starts from within. So I say that to say this. By being on that journey, then the people I started to interact with started to dwindle down, because my vision got clear of what I wanted for myself and the person I wanted to become, the man I wanted to be. And the people around me, they weren't the particular influence that I would consider positive, or they're not the type of people who I would be around if I was the person I wanted to be. So what does it mean for me? That means that I have to either A, let them go and continue to do me, or do what I did. I did a little bit of both, actually, but main thing I did was I just kept doing my thing and kind of let them start falling off. Just let the friendship run its course. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that I'm not cool with these people to this day. It's not to say that. Some of them, no, not really, but the majority of them, it comes from a place of understanding, and understanding that we're just on different journeys and different paths in life, and that there's no hard feelings, but we're just not in the same arena when it comes to what we want to do and what we're looking to do, or even mind frame wise or mindset. So it is just not a negative connotation to being an individual. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means to be an individual. To be able to make those decisions where you don't mind, or no, not even that you don't mind, that you understand the outcome of the decision that you're making, right? So when it comes to these people, there's no hard feelings. It's just that we're just on different paths right now, different levels. Not to say that we're not cool, we can't talk at any time in the future, because there's still times where I still talk to these people, where they come back and run every couple of months, every couple of years, and you know what I'm saying, we catch up. Now it's up to me to keep the distance, or keep whichever distance that I want to keep from them, because there was a reason that we didn't talk in the first place, or stopped talking in the first place. So if I, you know what I'm saying, continue to want to progress and get to where I'm going, then I can't hinder myself through having friends who won't be a positive influence, you know what I'm saying? Because I know who I am, right? And the value that I provide. And it's going to sound maybe cocky or arrogant, but I know that people who come around me, they genuinely get better. They genuinely get better. I can say that with 100% certainty, right? Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. However, compared to even like a person's a thief of joy, you know what I'm saying? The majority of people these days, I believe, lack a sense of general substance. You know what I mean? So through my conversation and how I converse with people, then it's out of a genuine place of A, wanting to help the person, B, just hearing them out, and C, just seeing what my opinion is on X, Y, and Z, or the conversation at hand, the topic at hand, to get a better insight of who I am. You know You know what I mean? Because sometimes conversation isn't meant for you to be the one talking. Even though that's what a conversation is, it's a back and forth dialogue. But sometimes it's just not meant for you to be the one talking. Sometimes it's better to listen. And me personally, I learned a lot about myself through listening. Through listening to people, what people have to say, people's opinions. Because there's I'm Mr. Quote today. But I remember one of the first quotes that I heard that really resonated with me, that made me more cautious and mindful of how I speak and how I present myself to the world. It was by Les Brown, and it was during that time of high school, where my mom, my family's all big on self-development and everything, right? Reading, writing, personal education and self-development, right? So when I was in high school, my mom, she really wanted to see me win and like get better. So then she goes, she gives me a book, and the first book was Change the Way You See Everything. It was a child version of it, because I was maybe 15, 16. And I started reading, I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I could change my perspective. I'm in control of my perspective, right? I can feed my perspective. And then there was a motivational speaker that she told me to start listening to. He goes by the name of Les Brown. But I really like him, right? His content really resonated with me during that time, and even to this day, right? And he had said, the quote was, as soon as you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. And when he said that, I was like, hey, yo, that makes sense, because before you even start talking or saying anything, then you're just left to perception. People can just perceive and project onto you what they think that you are, or how they think that you are, you know what I mean? So when I really thought about it, then I was like, that's true though, because people don't really know who you are until you start talking, right? So you could look great, you could have a great physique, dress nice, wear well-fitted clothes, even expensive clothes, it doesn't even matter. You could just look very put together, right? But you can open your mouth and start talking, it's like a complete fool. Think about that. So I was just like, that means it's very important to have an actual substance to you. To be able to speak and be heard. To be able to actually provide value. To actually be a person of substance. You know? So I took that and ran with it. And to this day, I would still consider myself a student of the game, of learning and everything. And to tie that back down to the circle of influence, for me personally, I took that innate desire to be better and then change my situation and ran with it, right? And I'm the type of person that I'll take something if it's beneficial and I'll run with it. And I'll just keep getting better and keep getting better and keep getting better and do the repetitions, right? Just like going to the gym. It's the repetitions. And eventually, the more repetitions you do, the stronger the muscle gets, and the more you can progressively overload and add more to your plate, right? Through the repetitions. So for me, oh, that guy is cooking. Teslas are fast, man. That brother is cooking. But repetitions. So for me, in any area of my life that I want to get better in, I'll put in the repetitions. Now, that might require long nights, early mornings, me having to invest my money, my time, my effort, energy, focus, all that good stuff. Everything that makes me an individual, I have to invest it if I want to get that return. And by me doing that, I'm allowing myself to expand and build a callus or build that muscle, in the sense that now whenever something arises in that area, I know how to overcome that objection in a sense. I have an idea of what it's going to take, how I'm going to respond to the certain type of stimulus in order to get past it, you know? So for me knowing that I'm like that do whatever it takes mentality, then the people around me, if they don't set goals and are like definitely committed to them, in the sense that they'll do whatever it takes to see it come to life and to make it happen because they said that they would do it, mainly being a man of their word, or really believing in what they say at the end of the day. If they're like that, then that's great. We can converse all day long. But if not, if you're just a talker, if you just say things just to say it because it sounds good, but you have no true intention of doing anything or whatever it takes to have it come to life, or even the bare minimum on a day-to-day basis, I'm sorry, my friend. I'm not even sorry, but we can't converse, man. We can't converse. Because that's only going to hold me back. Because if I want to see you win and you don't want to see yourself win, that's two opposing forces. As opposed to if you want to see yourself win and I want to see you win, that's a different story. Because iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. And I'm going to pull a David Goggins. If you're not a hard man, how are you going to make somebody else a hardened man? It wouldn't work like that. So the key to becoming a tougher individual, a tougher man, a tougher human being is to sharpen yourself, right? As I said before, it starts with you. It's an internal thing. It's an internal battle, you know? So once you understand how much it's going to take for you and require what you require yourself, you got to set that standard of having a high requirement for yourself. Because, as I said before, nobody's going to do the work for you. Nobody's going to care about your life as much as you should care about your life, right? The outcomes you want are in your hands. Nobody else's, right? Control the controllables and leave everything else out of the equation. And guess what one of the controllables are? The people who you surround yourself with. So, to end this out, when it comes down to it, surround yourself with people who are winners. People who want to see you win. People who have substance. People who are on their road of becoming their best. And you should do the same. Become your best. Because if you don't, everybody's going to win, man. Everybody but you. So when it comes down to it, man, do your best. Daily. Curate your circle, man. Curate your circle, become your best. Build a circle. Build a circle of influence. All right, y'all. Stay limitless. Have a good one.